Welcome to the Protagonist Pub. My name is Tammy. And this is where characters gather. This is the rapid review for Children of Gods and Fighting Men by Shauna Lawless. As you know, this was an anticipated 5-star read for me for the first quarter of 2023. And I was highly looking forward to it. It tells the story of the descendants of the gods of Irish mythology, so the Fomorians and the Tuatha De Danann, and it also tells the story of mortal men in Dublin and the surrounding areas in the late 10th century Ireland. It is told from three perspectives: one descendant of the Fomorians, one descendant of the Tuatha De Danann, and one Irish princess married to a Viking in Dublin, or the widow of a Viking in Dublin. The chapters, every third chapter, the same character pops back up, and here begins my problems. The chapters are not very long, which is a good thing if you're trying to sneak in a chapter here or there between doing other things or before going to bed at night. But it's also its weakness because it doesn't allow any one character to be developed enough for you to form an attachment or have opinions or for them to actually tell a story. This is the first book in the Gale Song trilogy, or series, I'm sorry. And I think this book in particular was much more focused on building the world at large, setting the stage for the rest of the series, than it was telling a comprehensive story from three viewpoints while building the world and setting the stage for the rest of the series. I enjoyed the book. Don't get me wrong. I would easily recommend this for people to read, but there's not what I would consider a ton of character growth. There is a very unsatisfying, incomplete story told within the pages of the book that was interesting, and all the thread lines and facets and tenets of what could be a really interesting story are there, but nothing is resolved and nothing is complete. It felt sterile because you could never emotionally connect to any particular character. And I think my frustrations are probably unique to me. This book is winning awards right and left. Best traditionally published debut author, novel, the whole 9 yards. It's a good book. It's a very good world building book. But it's not a story that's complete. And if you don't know something about the Tuatha De Danann or the Fomorians, you're going to have to go look stuff up. I had to go look up Fomorians. And that's not a knock against the book. Just a little more of that mythology and lore could have been included in the story. It's 450 pages. It's less than 500 pages. And Yeah, it's 430 pages. It's a very good book. It's just a very unsatisfying book. And that's not a horrible thing. It's just a very unsatisfying book. It left me on bated breath for the next book on the series, and I don't know when that's coming out. I will read it because I need to know what happened, but it's just one of those books. It's 4.5 stars out of 5. If you're interested in Irish history and mythology, I recommend picking it up. I will leave a link to my blog post down below. Thank you to the brothers Gwyn, who I will link down below, for their gushing enthusiasm for this book and author. I am not sorry I read it. I'm just a little frustrated. So I look forward to seeing you here next time at the Protagonist Pub. Like and subscribe.